Hello everyone, thanks for dropping by. If you didn't know and you have to look at the exhaust pipes, that's the V8 version of the Continental. If I was going to have a GT car, that would be a strong contender. The W12 is going to be discontinued, and that one can do just under 200 mile an hour, which is fast enough for me. Besides, you can't do 200 mile on a public road, so having the extra weight of the W12 would be a bit pointless. Of course, if I had that kind of money, I'd look at the Aston Martin and Ferrari and other high-end GT models to see which one I would choose, but that V8 would be a strong contender. Anyway, enough about that. As you know, there's lots and lots of single people in the world, and the MGTOW effect is having a dramatic effect on the population demographics of numerous countries around the world, especially in the United States. So I've been looking around and I found this. As you can see, it's on the International Union of Sex Workers of all sites. And as you can read, how many people are single in the world, answered in 2024. Now this was done on October 11th last year by Richard Branson. Not the Richard Branson of Virgin, I may add. But if you want to know what sort of a person Richard Branson of Virgin actually is, you should read the book Behind the Mask, and it will be quite an eye-opener for you. Anyway, it says, finding love and partnership is a human desire, yet despite our shared hopes for connection, a significant portion of the global population is currently unpartnered. That could be a result of the MGTOW effect spreading throughout the world, i.e. the MGTOW philosophy. Recent statistics suggest that singlehood is on the rise, with more people living without a spouse or a partner than ever before. As I said, that could be the result of both the MGTOW effect and women being too picky, only wanting the top 10% or 1% of men. This trend raises important questions about modern relationships and the evolving nature of family. So just how many people around the world are flying solo? Well, I'm one of them for a start. There's 2.1 billion individuals on this planet are currently single. So that's 1.05 men, that could be MGTOWs, and 1.05 women who are too picky, only want the top 10% or 1% of men, or they just don't need no men, or the lesbians that are just not interested in men per se. And then it goes, key statistics, 89% of singles choose not to date because they believe they aren't good at flirting. 75% of singles consider being too picky. That could be women, a reason for not dating, but among women this figure is even higher. Oh yes, 82.1% of women are too picky. And then it goes various ones. Recent education, American high school graduates are single. 34% of American high school graduates are single, compared to only 25% of those with at least a bachelor's degree. Now, speaking of America, if you click on that, which I've done before, that's why it's red, you got single American stats this year data-wise in 2005, so that's halfway between third-wave feminism, fourth-wave feminism. 55% of Americans were not in a committed relationship or looking for one. 42% were single men. 65% were single women. That could be the feminism factor with women. Fast forward to 2016, shortly before the fourth wave feminism. 53% were women and 47% were men. You notice the men have climbed up a bit and the women have got themselves a husband, so it's dropped down a bit. Then, just on the cusp of second wave feminism, 31% of all US adults are currently single. Now, 2020, when fourth wave feminism kicked in, 47,510,290 American men were single males, and 41,518,250 American women were single females. That could be the MGTOW factor and the fourth wave feminist factor, or feminism per se. Now the next year, almost 51% of Americans were single. Well, you notice the percentage of men went up bit by bit over the years as the MGTOW philosophy started spreading throughout the American general population. Then we get top country with singles by percentage. And Denmark is the top one, 24.1%. Hence the Denmark population crash and the government panicking with their promotion Do It for Denmark, which failed miserably. Now, how many Americans die single? The doesn't give a indication which of these are male or female. The all Americans, just under 1,000, married, never married, widowed, and divorced. You notice the divorce is higher than the guys and women that don't get married. And then it goes down. Overall, the death rate in the United States decreased slightly from 1,222.1 in 2010 to 1,073.3 in 2019 per 100,000 American people. Now, stats on Americans who are divorced or married or widowed, single American population by marital status. You notice the never married is vastly more than widowed and divorced. Never married, the largest group, making 66.83% of all single Americans. That could be the MGTOW factor, or a combination of the MGTOW factor and feminism. Now, divorced population comprises 21.62% of single Americans, numbering approximately 28,767,947 people. These are people who have gone through divorce proceedings that are now single. A large proportion of that would be men, i.e. 14 million American men have been burnt in the divorce courts and probably the female-friendly family courts. Then we get that. Single men by marital status. See? The largest group of single men that have never married constitute 75.2% of all single men. That could be the MGTOW factor. Translates to 47,510,293 possible MGTOWs in America. And then single women by marital status, never married. Never married women can marry 59% of all singles, and 75%. 75%, and so there's more single guys and single women in America. That means more single men have seen the ways of women, so they decide to go MGTOW. US state single stats by ethnicity. White Americans, the African Americans where MGTOW essentially started in their community, and Hispanic Americans. Notice they're just short behind white Americans, but they're probably slowly creeping up. And then US single stats by age and gender. This is the age with the guy building up his wealth in his career. This is the guys in his prime. This is the guys that seen what's happened to their friends in the divorce courts. And I'm in this group even though I'm not an American. And then it goes, age plays a significant role in the relationship of Americans. The 18 to 29, the prime age for guys. 41% identify as singles. So 41% of men have seen what women are like, and they've adopted the MGTOW philosophy. And then it drops in percentages. And then education, high school, some college, bachelor's degree or higher. But these guys don't want, if it's women with this, they don't marry down or date down. So US states with the highest number of singles, it's Louisiana at the top, combined with Rhode Island and New York. I've covered this before, and Maryland. And there the percentages. US states with the lowest number of singles: Montana, North Dakota and Minnesota just behind them, and then Kansas and Utah, where all the Mormons live, at the bottom. Then we have the percentage. Now this bit was interesting. Reasons for not dating among singles. You notice the wording in this reason is the same and the percentages are different, so these two are a bit of a moot point. Other important things right now: 61% of guys in their prime years, which means they're working on themselves. The guys 50 plus, they probably divorce, working on themselves. Very busy. Bad luck in the past. Even Stevens. Feel like no one is interested, which is surprising in this thing, because that could be because women are picky and the guys, they know better, not ready because of a past relationship or losing a spouse. The girlfriend has dumped them for Chad and too old to date. This would be reality, and these guys, they don't realize that they're the prize. Now this bit is interesting. Why are women single? You don't flirt very well or want to remain a free bird. That could mean I don't need no man. Look at the percentage, 87.3%. Don't want to get hurt. Have other priorities. That could be she has a career, 79.5%. I'm very choosy. That means picky. Look at that, 75.2% of women are too picky, i.e. they want the top 1 or 10% of men. Additional reasons for not dating. And then less common reasons for not dating. I want to focus on my children, i.e. single mothers. 9.3% of Americans are single mothers. And then sexual identity, that means they're lesbian or they're bisexual or they don't bother with sex at all. And then rare reasons for dating, blah blah blah. And then that's that article. As you can see. Now I found this to support it. This is CNN opinion. Big reason so many Americans are still single. This was done on February the 13th this year. Now it just goes on about Valentine's Day being the lowest since government tracking began since 1867. Now where is it? Where did I find? Bugger. There we go. This can help to explain why women I interviewed for my book kept complaining that the men they matched with treated them so terribly. What about the guys that were treated terribly by women? These days, practicing like ghosting and situationships are a common part of the dating landscape, in nothing personal. Right. The destabilizing trend women have faced in recent years is the outrageous sense of entitlement and disrespect from the men they were dating and whom they were having sex. Well, that could be Chad they're talking about, not ordinary decent guys. And then, of course, people of all genders sometimes treat one awfully after matching online, but when strangers treat women cruelly and erratically, they often added fears of sexual violence, with the risk of sexual violence isn't exclusive to matchups that happen online. And then, contrary to conventional wisdom, research shows that women are less interested in dating than men. Then why does so many complain on TikTok? Only 38% of single women are looking to date or pursue a relationship, compared to 61% of single men. In that case, why are women complaining? Where have all the good men gone? According to Pew Research Center, plenty of women I interviewed for my book told me they deleted their apps altogether after they got sick of being treated poorly. Well, why are they complaining on TikTok then? Now, as for dating, they have found this. Now, you know that so many men are now familiar with the ways of women. Now, this is for American men. Now, this bit, where is it now? Caught my eye. Due to the fact that many American women choose to concentrate on their careers, I put in their careers before starting a family till they're in their 30s, rather than on the home life, many of these men are searching for family-orientated yet intelligent foreign women, i.e. passport bros, as they value family and want to create satisfactory and stable relationships. Now, if you drop down, you can browse by the state. The California, it is about Californian men. It says they're extremely career orientated, even though they will find them a stable job, earning adequate amounts. They're lots of fun, is relentless. Now look at the ages of these guys. They should know better than American women. The 41, 55, 46, 55, 49, 47. They've all got resources and money, but why are they wanting to waste it getting into a relationship? Especially this guy here, Alexandra. He's 21 years old. He's got all his life in front of him to build his resources and establish himself in a career. Yet he wants to get into a relationship knowing she could take half of what he's got. Now that's California. The other one I looked at was Texas, the Lone Star, the Lone Star State. Texas men, it tells you about them, about Texas. And once again, these guys they're established, they've got resources. He should know better. He's 57. 41, 51, 30, 28, 40, 58, 44, 51. Now, that's just man searching for women. Let's see. 25-year-old, women in their prime age, search. And there, 21, Venezuela, Ukraine. She's had Botox. Russian lady, Brazil, Venezuela, Philippines, Venezuela, Italy. But that's just in the prime range, but there again, age 25. They're approaching the end of the prime. These women, they won't be any more physically attractive than what they are. But why are they not getting guys? Is it because guys know what women are like? It's over here in Europe, it's the same. I found this to support this one. Now this, I suspect, is aimed at women, as it says, let the right men into your life. Let's say serious. Next, you're a man, probably match age 93%, 22 million plus. Attracts you most women, ages between in the prime, That's dropped down to 4,300,000. Next. Books. Travelling. Music, concert. I think I've done on this before. What's your birthday? I'm a Christmas baby. December. And where's 1956? And just get rid of that. Anyway, even with me, 767,739 women aged 18 to 25 I'm matched with. But it seems, why is a bit one reason so many Americans are still single? The matchmaking like this, but I'm surprised so many men want to put their futures and their earnings and everything on the table when they know what the ways of women are like. Because as it says, 801 pages of American men looking for women. That's 16,016 guys who haven't yet known how women are like, or even if they did know, then they've not really understood the MGTOW philosophy of looking after yourself and the dangers of getting into a relationship. But as I said, look at the ages of these 5 guys. Anyway, I think I'm on the 20-minute mark now, so I'll have to start wrapping up. A big reason so many Americans are still single, they know about MGTOW, and American women are so picky. And things like this is an indication. Yet these guys, they don't understand it. If you click on that, you find out whatever state you're in. And the guys that are complaining about women compared with the guys that are desperate for a female. Anyway, I'll try and find something more for this on next week, but don't count on it. For now, you know the routine, people. Like, dislike, etc. It's completely up to you. So until next Monday, that's it. Bye-bye.